Hey everyone, Apprentice Alex here. Sorry about the lack of cool filming setup at the moment. Don't know how many people saw the announcement, but I am currently recovering from my house burning down a few weeks ago in a new apartment. Don't really have a filming space set up yet, but we're gonna do this anyway. Anyway, that's not what this video is about. This video is about my new experience in a sport that I have been a fan of for a long time, but have just stepped my toes into competing in for the first time. I've uploaded a couple of shorts involving it, so if you follow those, and I made some references to it in my kind of conclusion to 2024 video, but I competed in my first Strongman competition, the Abominable Swoleman in Williston, Vermont. It was a tremendous time. I had a blast. It was a great kick in the pants and a motivator for me to actually start getting to the gym and really working on my strength and fitness side of things beyond just the strength that I pick up swinging the hammer in the shop and the little workouts that my sword sports get me. It's been something I've been wanting to do for a while, but I just have not had a good handle on maintaining a consistent routine. And part of that is I do pretty well in the SCA and in HEMA with where I currently am from that physicality standpoint. But I have wanted to get better and get stronger, and I've been a fan of Strongman for a long time. And I'd been started following more and more Strongman channels, and finally I got to give the shout out to Elizabeth Shaley, wife of Lawrence Big Laws the Warrior Shaley, and she did her first Strongwoman comp last year, and she knocked it out of the park. And I thought, well, damn, I bet I could do that if I really tried hard. And I tried hard, and I competed, and I got third place. Yay! Yeah, I'll make sure that I have plenty of inserts and everything along the way here. But I figured I'd go through event by event before I'll talk a little bit about the sport of strongman itself. If you're watching this and you have no idea what I'm going on about, dig a little bit into that nerdy history. That's such a huge draw for me about the sport. And yeah, so the modern sport of strongman had its genesis in 1977 when a TV program called The World's Strongest Men was put together to find the world's strongest man. And since it wasn't its own sport back then, they invited members of various sports that were associated with strength. You had the first champion, or the champion of the first two competitions, Bruce Wilhelm, an Olympic weightlifter, is probably what he's best known for. You had a couple of top level power lifters in there. You had some American football players. You had some bodybuilders. And all just doing kind of crazy, zany feats of strength. A lot of it kind of coming out of like old school circus strongman performances, and that's something I really enjoy. I've been posting little bits here and there in my shorts of me doing some of those things, like ripping cans open with my hands and bending rebar and stuff like that. That stuff's always been super cool to me. Um, and yeah, so those early days of World's Strongest Man competitions, they are quite an experience to watch. Most of them up on YouTube if you ever have the inclination to do that. Uh, anyway, now over the last 40, almost 50 years, it's become its own codified sport. It's become um, a really like there's different federations, and there's now four huge major shows. The World's Strongest Man is still going all these years later. It's now the World's Strongest Man, singular, not men. You've got the Arnold Strongman and Strongwoman Classics. You've got the Strongest Man on Earth run by Strongman legend Brian Shaw, and you've got the Rogue Invitational for men and women. So there's official Strongman games and the Strongman Champions League, and all of these federations going around. The competition that I did, the Abominable Swoleman 2025, was an amateur competition sanctioned by the United States Strongman Federation. So it was an actual sanctioned strongman event, amateur level. I competed in the novice class. There were 5 people registered in novice. Only 3 of us finished the show, but and I came third. So in some ways I came last. But yeah, we'll go through the event results and I'll tell you about it. And again, like it's great that there's stuff going out for all levels, and there's also an amazing adaptive strongman scene as well, and strongwoman scene. Some amazing adaptive athletes out there. Dave Sitting Bull Walsh, phenomenal. Cybernetic Strongman, Steven, I'm spacing on his last name. I should have looked that up beforehand. He's fantastic. There's a number of amazing athletes from that side of the sport, and that is starting to get traction and growing and started to thrive itself. But anyway, yeah, it's like as a history nerd, I love the nods to history and mythology that come into these shows, and I love the just sheer wholesome brutality of it, which kind of sums it up. It was an incredibly supportive community. Everybody was cheering each other on, whether they were competing directly head-to-head or in different classes, different divisions, etc. Everybody was just phenomenal. My hat's off to Jasmine, who put it all together, Vermont US Strongmen, Lift Vermont Gym, all fantastic. And to my fellow novices on the podium, Ian and Tyler, you guys were killer. I had an absolute blast competing against you. Tyler, I know you have now graduated out of novice, so it's going to be a little while before I get to go head to head with you again, but I'm coming for you, man. And Ian, let's go head to head again soon. Anyway, so the competition opened up with the log overhead press, which throw a little image up here, which thank you to my wonderful partner Silas, who got some photo and video of the events. There's only one event that I did that I don't have any photo or video of. So log press for max. I opened with a 145-pound log press, which I got easily. It was 20-pound weight jumps. I decided to skip 165, which was a little stupid, but because I attempted 185 and I failed it. Tyler got the 185, and Ian, I think he failed at 165. So if I had gone for the 165, which I have hit in training, I absolutely would have taken second place on that event. But as it stood, I tied for second with Ian. Tyler's 185 was a PB for him, so hats off to him. Congratulations. It was an impressive lift. He fought for it, and he got it. And holy crap, man, great job there. Next event was the axle bar deadlift for reps. If you're unfamiliar with an axle bar, it is an extra thick bar that you put the weight on. It is and it has zero flex to it, so you can't kind of like bounce it. You don't get that inertia. Like if you like pull hard enough off the floor, you get a little bit of flex and whip that helps jerk it up for you. It's super stiff. It's super thick. I was using figure 6 straps, not figure 8s. Just given the nature of my smithing job, I felt a little uncomfortable with figure 8 straps, which completely tie you onto the bar, so you can't drop it if something goes wrong. Figure 6 just kind of wrap around and give you a little extra hold on it. I had done a comfortable 7 reps in training on this, and I hit 11 reps, which put me in third place. Ian got 15 and Tyler got 16, but considering I was 60 pounds lighter than those guys, I feel pretty okay about my 11, especially since 7 in training was my best within the time limit. My goal that I was reaching for was 10 reps, and I got 11, so I feel super happy about that. Um, so yeah, that was that event. Um, that one was you can see some of my lifts in the video there. Uh, just brutal event. By the end of it, I couldn't see straight. I was just kept moving until I heard the end of time and all that. Yeah, it was tough and it was a blast. And I'm glad that I hit that rep PB on there. That was a lot of fun. Um, the next event that we did was the yoke run into sandbag medley. So the way this works is you have to carry a big yoke frame on your back. You've got like a bar across your back, and you lift it up, and you run down a course with it. You have to do, I think it was 50 feet. Let me double check here. Nope, 30 feet. Sorry, 30 feet. Um, you had to do the yoke, and then you had to run back to the start line and pick up a 120 and 150 pound sandbag and run them back the 30 feet and load them over the top of the yoke bar. So uh, that was a cool event. That was one that I was really worried about this event actually, because in training I misremembered the weights. The one opportunity I got to train with the heavy sandbags and was trying to train with the 150 and the 170 and barely got the 170 over the bar. And I'm thinking to myself, and like I was pretty much fresh there, so I was like, oh god, if I have to do this, multiple events deep into a competition, that's going to be rough. Um, but I misattributed the run, the yoke run. I wasn't flying, but I was relatively smooth and steady with it. The old racing saying, "Slow is smooth and smooth is fast." So that felt pretty good. I completed the whole medley in um, I completed the whole medley in 35 seconds, 3 seconds behind Ian, who was 5 seconds behind Tyler. Honestly, looking at the playback of my event, you can somewhere up there you can see it going on, and that would if I had been a little bit cleaner with my sandbag pickup and load on the 150 pound sandbag. I think I could have actually, I think I could have closed that time gap, but I didn't. That's the way it happens. It was my first show. You make mistakes, but I didn't zero out on it, so that made me really happy, and was glad to get through that. Um, and Then it was the Zercher squat from the floor from Max. This is the one event that I don't have any photo or video of me doing, which bums me out because this is one that I'm super proud of. The heaviest I'd gone in training was 205 pounds on this lift. I wasn't really trying to find my one rep max on it during training, but I thought I was probably good for 235 for Zercher from the floor this late in the show. But I opened at a comfortable 155, no problem. Uh, 20-pound weight jumps again, so I went up to 195, which was comfortable enough, and then you know, I was originally planning on just going for the 225, but I saw Ian and Tyler both get it, and I was like, you know what, I want to try to push them. So I went for the 255. I almost blacked out during the lift, but I got it. I got it down under control, and super proud of that PB. That felt awesome. When I was reporting back to some friends about what was going on, I had told them that I had a PB and had done 235 on the Zercher squat for Max, and then I was looking back at the score sheet, like, oh wait, I did 255. That's how out of it I was. But yeah, super proud of that. And on the truck pull, I did the we did a truck pull again. I'll throw some video up here. I got 23. I did 23 seconds. Ian at 20 and Tyler at 19. So and I was shorter and lighter than these guys. So given all that to be 4 seconds off of the leader in that event, that felt awesome. And afterwards, I did have to pat myself on the back a little bit that my grip held out better than either of theirs. They both had blisters popping on their hands and stuff, and I'm just like, it's just my forearms are pretty pumped, but it's just a day in the life for me. But anyway, it was a tremendous experience. I had a phenomenal time. Like I said, even if there is that little asterisk next to it, I got third place in my first novice show, and I hung with guys that were a lot bigger and heavier than me, and yeah, it was just a terrific time. I'm definitely looking forward to doing more. I'm really excited this about this sport, about continuing training and getting stronger for my other athletic pursuits. And it's kind of funny because it's only been the last couple of years that I've really thought of myself as having any kind of athletic inclination. Like, as a kid, it wasn't like, I played hard whenever I did, sports as a kid, but I never was like into athletics. I was always into weird nerdy shit, like, sword fighting and strongman. So yeah, I guess it kind of works out that way. How far am I going to take it? I don't know. I'm just going to keep training. I'm going to keep having fun with it, and I'm intending to compete in New England's Strongest Newcomer in April. That one is my intent to be my next competition on the strongman side of things. I'll keep people posted as my I figure things out, post fire and all of that, and have to get a new car again. But anyway, I said just tremendous time. I had a blast, and definitely looking forward to more of this. So, how does a swordsman do in a strongman competition? Turns out pretty okay, and we'll be getting better. So, anyway, thanks all for watching, and hopefully we'll get some footage once I get back in the shop and swinging hammer and talking some more history stuff. I'll probably do a whole video talking about just the concepts of strength and through the historical lens and all of that, because that stuff's super fascinating to me, and that's a big part of the draw for me in strongman, like I said. Anyway, have a good night, anybody. If you enjoyed this, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I will put a link to the GoFundMe for recovering from the fire. We basically hit our goal, but that goal was to get us back on our feet. It's still got a long way to go to get back to where we were. We lost a lot of stuff in that fire. But yeah, like I said, this isn't really a call to action video. Support has always been phenomenal. Just offering it up if anyone can help out a little bit, and we'll see you all soon.